Dobré odpoledne, vážené dámy a pánové, též vážení a všichni ostatní. Omlouvám se za krátké zpoždění, co to tady je podle mě zase. A které nastalo vzhledem k tomu, že jsem se zakoukal do dokumentu na Netflixu, za což se hluboce omlouvám a stydím. Nemělo se to stát. Davy zklamaných, to jsem nechtěl teda. Takže dneska si dáme Divinity 2, Original Sin, Definitive Edition, příběhová kampaň, pokračovat a já doufám, že se, než se to naloaduje, rozpomenu, kde jsem to před týdnem skončil. Tak. Jsem napjat. Hromada zlata. Nádoba duše nekrom... Hromada zlata. 112. Beru hromadu zlata. Zdobená truhla. Tyjo. No, zase to neidentifikováno, to je dobrý, no. Protože já jsem zatím nepřišel na to, jak... Hele, lups, obráz. Zatím jsem...
From within, you can almost hear the whisper of a voice.
No, položíme. Ale předtím uložíme, než položíme. Tak polož.
You see, or rather, you feel a far-off land. Frozen breath hangs in the air, pine needles brush your cheeks, and in your arms you can feel a weight. A body, dead. But you have hope. Your vision swims. You're older, but perhaps not wiser. You march at the head of a shambling host, the enemies of Brachus Rex melting before you. The scene twists again. Now Brachus stands before you, a beautiful woman at his side. You lash out in treasonous rage, but cold arms bind you. You're sealed away in a tower. Your screams fill the darkness. You feel a jolt and open your eyes to see the soul jar before you, lying still in the vault. Your hand falls from the jar and grips the pillar as you try to calm your ragged breathing.
Pohled duši krev vnitř. Nekromant ten sen. No, když ji schovám, tam jsou nějaké vzpomínky toho nekromanta, zřejmě teda. Když je rozbiju, tak jeho duše pohltit duši. Ty jo, mám. Je uloženo.
The second the lid cracks open, you can feel your source collar tighten around your neck, burning your throat. With a gasp, you release the lid, sealing the power away once more.
Aj.
The jar stands before you, cold and still.
No je to teď, že rozbiju, tak to je úplně stejný, ne? Tak mě...
A human spirit slits from the ruins of the jar. Decked in necromancer robes, she turns to you, bows, and starts to fade away to...
Člověk by řekl, že je to totéž, jako když ji otevřeš.
My eternal thanks, young one. Oh, timely death.
To jsou věci teda. Hromada zlata, prázdná hromada zlata, to je hezký, to se mi líbí, no. Očišťující růlka. Nádoba duše kapitána.
Nice.
Počkej, no tak to jsme nemuseli zrovna. Počkej, já se na tu nádobu duše. Nádoba duše kapitána Zefora. Použít.
The soul jar pulses with trapped life force.
Životní sila.
When you touch the glass, your vision wavers. You emerge on the prow of a fine ship.
Jasně, to jsou vzpomínky, jasně.
With enchantment, dominating those who draw near. Your flag flies for Brachus Rex, a tyrant who traded for your soul. With his power, your flesh and blood is no longer relevant. The vision fades as the soul thrashes, trying to sever your connection. To be soulless is a horrible, empty fate. You seek out Brachus's vault, but the moment you reach the soul jar, he ensnares you. Thus imprisoned, you can only dream about what is out of reach. Your soul, and that allure that shatters as the soul squirms away. The soul jar pulses with what remains of the outraged soul. A defiant skull.
Krysane, tak tohle jsme naštvali teda. To je dobrý. Tak jednoho jsme osvobodili, jakože byl rád, jo. Ale vy nádoby už netajšte.
But no longer. Now the soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. As soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor.
Nemravnost, kosti, krev.
You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her,
Očišťující hulka.
in hand, standing amongst it all. A shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Brachus, as you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep longing.
Hele, tentokrát ji schováme. Hele, oni chtějí se mnou tady nějak diskutovat.
Gratiana's life was selfish and hedonistic. No mercy.
Whatever a person may have done in life.
However her life began, it ended well. No one should be damned because of their youth.
Naše kočička tam prochází. Skeletonek malej. Hala.
Made it all this way.
He trembles and seems to shudder with a quiet sob.
I'm cursed, you know. Bloody Brachus bound me here to protect his vault.
Aha.
He has my soul in that jar just there.
Barakuse nemáme, co?
Without it. As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can never truly die.
Nesnesitelný prasák sločí si svůj osud. Jo.
Really? You...
Víš, že jo. To víš, že jo.
His knees before you and grabs onto your feet with both hands.
Thank you.
Ty, pozor. Lehké kalhoty. Počkej, jako to všechno? Ne. 0,1, co? Tak, vymazávač. Co je vymazávač? Celokovový oděv. Už nemůžu. Dostanu tohle všechno. Rukavice zla! Rukavice zla! Nesu již příliš mnoho zátěže. Tak jako... Jak? Tak oblíknu, ne? A rukavice zla? No, hned je to lehčí. Kolik toho nesu? 403. Co je tohle? Strašlivý stín duše. Malárna elektřiny. A jak to uložím někam? 97 vajec sebou nemusím níst přece, ne? Nebo 158 svitků vzkříšení. 99 pohárů. Poslat rudý princ, asi si jasně, ať si s tím stáhne někdo jiný. Moment, tak co je nejtěžší? Počkej. Auto se řadit podle hmotnost. Nejtěžší je tohle, sůd s olejem. Pošlem to bestiákovi. Ha! A hned se nám půjde veselý. Co je to? Postel? Bedna. Zahodit předmět. Tak. A 99 deaktivátorů pastí. Ty jo. Obraz nech... Dobrý. Takže co teď? Tady jsou dveře. Tady je dvěrž, jak se říká německy. Kdybych já si pamatoval, kudy jsme přišli a jak jsme se sem dostali. Mimo dosah? Jako jak mimo dosah? Tam projdi, ne? Šmarek je vidět, že se tady dá jít. Takhle ne. Ty divný, ne? Tak pojďme, hoši. Ať se někam dostaneme. Co je tohle? Svíčky. Hele, počkej.
The deity's head and hands are missing, severed as if by a sword. You can't tell if this was meant to be symbolic somehow, or a mere... As you take in its chiseled details, you have a vision. The statue comes to life and embraces you awkwardly with its broken arms. Unable to resist, you're flown away into an endless dark.
That shrine seems to have brought me here. What is this place?
Quackus, where are we? No leaves, no trees, no soil. This is horrific!
No to je horrific teda. Kde mám ostatní? Proč nejsme spolu? Počkej, proč nejsme spolu? Zase. Jak se vrátím k cílové skupině? Jo, kočička jde se mnou, to je hodná, no. Hele, počkej, tak to já to asi načtu znova. Já chci to. Já chci, aby šli se mnou, kámoši.
You see your vision, the scene, you feel a jolt, and...
Nice.
The necromancer's memories fade to black, but the feelings remain.
They may have been a necromancer.
Anyone who
One must want.
Tak. Nic. Zlato. Už máme. Tady máme. Ty jo, tady těch flašek je zase.
All this way.
He trembled.
I'm cursed, you know. Bloody Brackus.
Jo, ono nás to odpojí asi teda. Teď jsme připojení všichni.
Has my soul in that as long as the jar stays unbroken. Really?
He drops to his...
Thank you.
The jar before you may have... The soul jar rocks slightly. As soon as the vision, a shadow, as you pull your...
Nice.
This jar glitters and with a jerk, the dwarf, as you pull your hand away.
Good fight.
No zátěže, Ježkovi oči, tak jdem na to. Řadit podle hmotnost. Šup, poslat komu? Rudý princ, poslat bestie. Tak, už je to lepší. Máme 402 zlata. Co je tohle? Je to, je, teď my tady nemáme vůbec tohle. Do pytle. My jsme nedostali dárky. My jsme nedostali dárky. Tu úžasnou zbroj nemáme. No do paroma. Načíst uloženou hru. Byla to tahle to byla? Jo, určitě.
You see your vision, the scene, you feel a jolt and a human spirit.
My eternal thanks, young one.
The necromancer's memories fade to...
They may have been a
Anyone who...
One must want.
Tak, zlato máme, tohle máme, tady další.
The jar on the plinth before the pictograms, as you he promised, you try to, he promised your hand.
Rozbijem.
The long dead lizard's visions fade.
I can't help but
No, man.
Tak.
This jar glitters with a jerk. The dwarf, as you pull your hand away from the jar, the jar shatters.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Není zač. Je hlavně chci to brněníčko hezký nějaký, ne? Hele.
Made it all this way.
He trembles and
I'm cursed. As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can... Really? You...
he drops to his knees before you and grabs onto your...
Thank you.
Tak, a je to tady. Jo, není. To je zase něco jinýho. Levné boty. Ty jo, ten nám teda dává 15 magické brnění, jo. 32. Hustý.
The vision fades.
She must have been acting a
Keeping the dead.
She might seem a little rough.
Tak. Dobře. Obraz prdíme. A jdem sem. A tadyhle pozor, tady ukládám. Za koho to tam dáme? Tadyhle za ruďáka. Za ruďáka nebo... Za ruďáka bych to dal. Uložíme. Tak. A teď teprve se podíváme.
The deity's head and hands are missing. As you take in its chiseled details, you have a vision. The statue comes to life and embraces you awkwardly with its broken arms. Unable to resist, you're flown away into an endless dark.
A jsme tam, co jsme byli.
seems to have brought me here. What is this place?
Marcus, where are we? No leaves,
Hele, tam nevidím nějaký puntík.
soil.
Hele, oni chrápou. Co to? Dobrý den.
You walk towards the figure on the dais, but wisps of mist start to cloud your vision. With each step, You feel a gentle heat, and the fog starts to dissipate, slowly revealing a once familiar sight. You look around in shock as the mist clears. You are standing in a library, your library. You hear a cough behind you and turn to see your assistant, Irina. She hands you a thick book, Observations on the Universal Veil. You look at her in confusion as she explains, "You asked me to bring you your research, Master Fane, for your guest." As you walk through the library, Irina expresses her condolences. It is a shame that the king forbade further investigation. She leads you to a door, your study, and pushes it open to introduce your visitor. You step through the door and see the Lady Amadia, one of the 7 lords.
Oh, please, there is no need for ceremony or dusty titles. You may address me as...
Tady jsou nějaký postavy.
I must say, you created quite a stir earlier, dear Fane. The other lords and I were... We believe the king's decree that you should not investigate the veil was... And I see you have already brought me some reading material. Kindly give it here, my boy.
The desk dissolves as you pass your hand through it, but the mist quickly reforms afterwards.
Are you feeling quite well, my... I was hoping to talk to you about your research. Do you truly think this veil is the key to unlocking a new future? Yes, so we gathered. We found it strange that the king would refuse you the chance to explore something that could be so beneficial to our people. But perhaps there are still paths we can walk. Perhaps.
There is a crash of timber behind you, and you can feel hands grabbing you. You are dragged, the screams fade to nothing, as does the scene before you. You're standing...
Fane, darling Fane. I had to know. I had to be sure. If you were not who you claimed, it could have been a disaster. You think we fear those simple beasts? No, my child. We fear the great evil. We fear the madness that the... It is a habit one picks up from the mortal races. They call... True, you are no mortal. But you have lost much of what once made you it. We know why the king forbade your research. He already knew about the Veil, Fane. He was draining its power. When we confronted him about this betrayal, he used his power to... To turn us to slaves. He wasn't satisfied with our fealty. He wanted total control. We fought, of course. The king scorched our land. He was banished beyond. They were destroyed utterly. We 7 were all that remained. I fear that it is. But you must... For centuries, the king has been searching for a way back into... The moment we discovered the void, we understood the veil was created. We have contained both ever since. But now, alas, I fear this is so. But the blame is not mine alone.
Amadia turns and gestures to the scene behind her.
Ano, to jsem tady hlásil, ano.
The gods fighting, clawing at each other.
Over the centuries, the drip of void into this world corrupted the... I fear it is too late for them. For us. The world needs a power to protect it, and you are the key, Fane. But you have fallen so...
Opravdu na ní zlostný pohled, jak to umí jen lepka.
You will feel whole once again, child. You have my word. I will guide you, but you will return more powerful. As your first step towards righting the wrongs.
Hezky.
I grant you my blessing.
Dobře, to beru. Požehnání. Mraky, postavy. Ostali stav po... Very good, ano. Thank you very much.
You may have noticed I have tried to help you on your journey. that I can bless the very water beneath your feet.
Hezky.
This is only the beginning. More and greater powers await you, if only you will seek them. And seek them you must. But before you begin, a word of warning. I gather that you travel with a pack of these lesser creatures.
Ani jedno bych tam nedal.
It is only natural after so long spent alone, but you must be wary. Some of these creatures are more dangerous. They are God-woken, the chosen champions of the other 6 gods. They will walk the same path as you, but they cannot be allowed to reach its end. You must be the one. Only one can wield the power.
She lays her hand on your skull, and you see it clearly. The others, the gods, Amaria, and you.
So go forth into the world with my blessing, dear one.
Hele!
Branches, we've returned. Every second we spent in that hellish place was a second the great acorn drew closer.
To je kostnatá, teda ten, jak jste řekli, skeleton, no, kostra kočky. Promluvila.
Interesting? You thought it was interesting, Quercus? Do you know what's interesting? Watching an entire world be strangled by the roots of... I don't know what you're talking about! I am perfectly... Anyway, as interesting as that cold hellscape might have been, it does not solve our problem. We are here to stop the great acorn, not hide from it. It's already helping more than it knows, Quercus. The fate of the world depends on our ability to research a spell to protect Rivellon. We need to travel across the land, gathering clues, experimenting with different magics, and come up with a spell to shield Rivellon from its doom. Of course, for us to do that, we must avoid being eaten by the servants of the great acorn. And that is where our big, foolhardy shield comes in. Quercus! Quercus! It thinks it can use magic. No! I am not going to share our magic with it. I don't care how much you like it, Quercus. Very well, I cannot give it magic, but I can teach it how to...
The squirrel reaches out, touching your foot with a delicate paw, and you feel your mind open. You can see the forces of...
There. Maybe now your pet will have a fighting chance. Yes, yes.
Tak dobrý. Zatím nevypočitatelný úskok, tyjo. Šampion bohů. Jsem z toho celkem, co teda máme za dovednosti a kde všude jsou. Tady máme ještě volný sloty, dobře. A jo, tadyhle potom taky. Jasně. Dobrý. A co ten štít? Hlavní ruka. A tak to asi takhle nepůjde. Potřebuješ úroveň 1 učenec. No jo, ale to já nevím, jak se to získá, no. To je hold. Peklo. Hele, a kde jsou ostatní kámoši, tak se připojte, ne? No. Už vás nerad někde ztratil. Jo, mimo dosah, už vím, my jsme tam totiž přišli z druhé strany. Tak, pojďte, vy kulišáci. Kde je ten vchod, tadyhle? Pojďme.
A soul jar rests between two. When you touch the glass, you emerge on your flag flies, for the vision fades as the soul to be soulless is thus imprisoned. You can only the soul jar pulses with trapped.
Good find.
Tady jsme taky něco vynechali, co? Ty jo, jak už toho má. Hele, už je přetížený.
The jar before you may have looked opulent once, but no longer. The soul jar rocks slightly. As soon as the vision, a shadow, as you pull your hand up.
Good find.
The terrible vision fades.
Gratiana's luck.
Whatever
Her life was...
Hele, ale já musím někam to... Tohle nejde. Tohle nejde, lidi. Řadit podle hmotnost. Pojďme. Jo, já jsem to zapomněl někomu poslat. Tak, kdo to dostane? Dostane to... Rudý princ. Tohle dostane bestie. Ještě něco těžkého, ale co bychom mohli... Tohle to je těžký, jo. Bouruční sekera. Ale to bychom mohli dát tomu tlusťachovi. To je bestie. Tak, hoši, pojďte. Hned se nám líp ťape, co? To nejsou dveře. Otázkou je, jestli jdeme správnou cestou. Asi jo. Jo. Ale teď se potřebujeme dostat taky ven, že jo? Tohle to je zajímavý, jo. Tadyhle jsou dveře. Tak tady má nic není. Teda je tam zeď. Počkej, a dá se tam podívat. Dá, ale máme tlustá zeď. Takže... Jak se dostaneme ven, ale... Jo, takhle asi těžko. Tam nevidím tu mapu. No jasně, no. Potřebujeme někam... Tyjo, kdo ví kam. No jasně, tady už jsme všude byli. Už jdou, kuci. Klavná ozdobná truhla. A pozor. Mrazivý granát. Co když se ho vememe? Že jo? Vodní balon. Kdo ho ponese? Zase já ho ponesu. Hele, tadyhle je východ nějaký. Ups. Pardon. To musíme... Takhle. Takhle. No, haleme se. Jdeme dobře. Jdeme. Pojďme, přátelé, pojďme. Nenechme se tady... Hele, tady ještě něco je. Co tam je? No tady jsme byli. Jak mi to tady teda nesedí úplně. Kdo je tohle? Tady někdo ťape za náma. To byly věci teda. No, to jsme se teda podívali do pěkných míst. Ovšem teď je otázkou. Tady jsme vůbec nebyli třeba, že jo? Tadyhle možná bude ještě kousek něčeho. Bestie jede za náma, doufám, ne? Jak se rozjasnilo, to bylo dobrý. Mrtvý dobrodruh. Mrtvý dobrodruh, dobrý dobrodruh.
The stone gargoyle trains glistening agate eyes upon you. Its jaws creak open, raining dust.
You are not Brachus Rex. No. Brachus is the one with the ring. You are not he. You may enter anyway. You may stay forever. Each lock opens only with a soul. And how many of those? Maybe you'll find some in the garden. Or maybe your soul will help the next adventurer through. They always do.
Chrličovo bludiště. To je tady? Asi jo. Pravdomluvná krysa. Historik.
Locked tight. Locked tight. Surely there's another skull around here somewhere.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Čekej, co je trap, ale? Tohle? Čekej, nechoď tam úplně. Co bylo tohle?
Careful. I've spotted a trap. It's stuck fast. The door won't budge. And the lock is of a type I've never encountered outside this maze. Curious. Locked tight. Surely there's another skull around here somewhere.
S bahnem. Ten bychom potřebovali. Kam jdeš? Kacafírku. To mě říkej, že jsem tě poslal sem. Ty jsi teda jelimánek. Přece řek jenom, vyšplhaj nahoru. Tak. No. Tak pojď sem. On jde dolů. Vrník. Co měl přeskočit, ne? Nebo něco? Říkej mi, že tam je žebřík nějaký. Ach jo. A to je blbost tohle, že jo? Někdyž kdo ví? Objeven nový portál. To se necháme líbit. Kde je? Tadyhle. Hele. Pro boha, kde to zase jsme? Samé jed, samý pasti. No, to teda... A to jsem zrovna nechtěl. A jsme mrtví. Ty on to hoří úplně všechno, pojďte pryč. Ne, takhle. Pojďte sem. Pasti, plynové šachty, umístí předmět na proudu. Kde jsou ostatní? Ty jo.
Back, Crux! Our shield has gone mad!
What is this place?
Jsme 3, kde je 4? Dobrý den.
A tall woman stands amid a field of corpses.
Pole mrtvol.
Some ancient. Desiccated skin. The woman turns to you, bitten lips parted.
Okousané rty, no to je dobrý.
She tucks a small bunch of black red roses into a leather strap across her left hip and, preparing to, she lowers herself slowly, deeply, hold. As she rises up to her full height, the corpses seem somehow to close in around you. She peers closely at you, a shrewd...
Ave de more de mergalach. Very good, kitten. Now,
She pats the bouquet at her hip.
But you're too late. These roses... Looks like we'll have to find some other way to keep you busy.
zbraň, že bychom bojovali.
Come. She bites her lip and leans.
I find you rather.
Přitisni svou tvář k jejím stům. Tyjo, jako proč ne? Jsem kostlivec, viď? Co se ještě může stát?
Too hard. Hard enough to crush you. Her lips remain locked on your hardened mug. You hear a low hum, getting louder. Before you realize what's happening, wings
okřídlený hmyz
ricochet around your mouth, a wet, buzzing
zevnitř brod.
by the second. Suddenly, all at once, they start stinging you from inside. She stands over you, smiling.
There. Tell me, little man, do you know why the soil here is so very fertile?
Jaký žihadla, když jsem kostlivec.
Very good. Now I'll need more roses soon enough. Of course, you...
Boj. Tak, a teď konečně. Se konečně ukáže nepřátelské kolo. Počkej, nepřátelské kolo, my jsme který? Jak nepřátelské kolo? To není nepřátelské kolo, to je tvé kolo, ano. Tak nějaký kouzla, aby jsme taky měli, ne? Počkej, tak třeba, hele, 1, 2. Tři. Teď to máte, hajzlové. Nějaký slabý, ne? Se nepoužil kouzlo. Tak tam dáme tohle. Tak počkej, takhle. A potom takhle. Poprava. Tak. Počkej, jak jsem na tom já? Já mám tady samý světky vzkříšení, pro boha. Je další. Taky dlouhý. Takhle. Jestli ještě žije. No. Hoši, teda bylo to těžký. Ale budeme brát akorát zlaťáky, ne? Jsme tady hledali za štěstí. Běž okolo. Ne, nepůjde.
Out of the frying pan and into... You know what? You've heard that one before, so let's try a new one. Shite's all mucked up. Yes, to the point, doesn't it? Well, it just so happens that getting off islands is my speciality. I'm like the... Fine, you get the gist though. So, here's the thing. Where there's a sea, there's boats. You notice that, eh? Well, I'm a lot of things, but subtle ain't one of them. So, there's some things you ought to know about me. I'm sort of... kinda royalty. I mean, I never wore a crown. Anyway, let's just get...
Pojďte si stoupnout dál.
The literal kind. To make an overlong story over short, I started the rebellion and got caught and exiled to an island prison. Like Fort Joy, but 10 times worse. Then I came aboard the Victory. Nice ship. The royal sailors walked the plank as well as you could hope for. Let's see how quick I can be. Queen Justinia's ordered some dwarf named Lohar to ambush a ship called the Peacemaker and take its cargo. So, yeah, hoping to find this Lohar fellow and stop the Operation Downfall thing. And there you have it. Tangent-free. Mostly. Well, not mostly. A little. Is that so? Look, I don't know where you've been and what you saw, but I believe you believe me.
Hele, já chci najít nějaký. Počkej, tady je portál. Jako portál, tady. Tak jdu do města. Potřebuji prodat nějaký věci. Teď toho máme takový kvanta. Nechceš něco koupit?
Don't try anything funny around, Griff. I'm watching you.
Ha! Cheeky. What's your name? All right, Slick. Haven't seen you around here before. All right, easy now.
She sighs.
Another one of those. Move along. Need something in the kitchen, do you?
Jsou nějaký obchodníci. Neříkej mi, že jsme tam ještě nebyli. To víš, že jsme tam byli. Všude jsme byli.
You're back. Sure. Have a look.
Tak. Chlapi. Teď by to chtělo rozdělit podle váhy. Lahev piva. Ne, počkej, já to chci prodat, ale... No, já nechci nic koupit, já chci jenom prodávat, brouku. Veškeré zboží ne. Ale tak zkusíme tohle, jo? Jo. Tak dáme takhle. Tak. Jestli to vůbec jde takhle. Nějaká nabídka, nic. 0. Aha, takhle, dobrý. Tak to jo. Tak. Povidá. Takových zlaťáků. Za tohle nic nepřidal, jo, nebo jak? OK. Chcem taky obchodovat. Nebo my ostatní nemůžeme. Aha. Jo, on toho má moc. Tak pojď. Ty vado. Počkej, kam jdeš? Dopad pes, ty vado!
The Reaper for me.
A je to. Jak čapou najednou. To je dobrý. Tak, to se nám podařilo. Zaplať pandu. Jsme 4. Furt jsme 3. Co je s tebou, chlape? Ty seš nějakej. 1, 2, 3. Jo, ten je tady ještě.
Worse than war rations, these.
If a magister finds this on you, you forget my name.
Hele, a nemáme nějakou tady bednu nebo něco, kam si můžeme dát nějaký věci? To byla ta studna někde, nebo to bylo v jiný hře? Já jsem si teď uvědomil, přátelé, já jsem si nezapnul chat. A určitě tam mám mnoho. Ježišmarja, ono to je zase nic. Ach, bože, zase ten Steam zatrolenej. Ach jo. Tady zase na to nevidím. Tady vidím, že dám optimalizaci pro hry. Tady to nemůžu zase zavřít to okno pro změnu. Tak nic, no. Ach jo, tak příště. Omlouvám se, přátelé. Ostatně, hele, máme zase hodinku, což by pro dnešek klidně stačilo. Tady dokoukat nějaký ten dokument. A pak se uvidí, co dál. A zítra se rozhodně uvidí, co dál. Zítra. Baldur's Gate. Zítra. Baldur's Gate. Tak jo. Tak to zatím zavřem. Uvidíme se zítra. Jo?